Hey, maybe that's going to be their strat. Just completely throw off CiC Esports of what the hell they're doing, and somehow manage to make it work. So, Salomon, God, I remember talking about that hero, the angry testy hero right there.
Oh man.
It's gonna dominate everything with farm. It's like, not really. I mean, he's strong, but he can farm really good. But
it's just the laning phase, really. The problem. I mean, I remember when my team, we used to scrim against Rexars, and Rexars picked it up, and we beat Rexars. So it sort of shows how crap that hero is, really. If we can beat Rexars with it. Like, I don't know. I don't think the laning phase of the hero is very good, but they're probably not going to pick it up, so it doesn't really matter, I guess.
Wow. Now they first pick Pyromancer, so this is where it begins, I think. Okay, no, they go Pharaoh second pick, so nothing too radical there. But yeah, first pick Pyromancer. I don't know if there's really any explanation for that outside of just we feel like playing this hero, so let's pick it up, because not one we see too often nowadays. I mean, again, not that he's a bad hero. Talking about a staple hero in the history. I mean, there's always been somewhere, it feels like, but
yeah, I don't know, like, I think that hero sort of, I don't know why it really sort of fell off, though. I remember when, like, SG were picking up, like, left, right, and centre because it had, like, such great burst damage.
Yeah.
I think it is quite a level-dependent hero, and I know a lot of the supports nowadays, obviously, are in dual lanes or even potentially in tri-lanes, which isn't the best for Pyromancer. He needs, like, that sort of level experience. That's why we normally see it in, like, a solo lane. Farming role as well, but I mean, I think the hero is still really good. I just think other supports have maybe had the sort of spotlight and limelight just because of the flavour of the month, like Torture and Rhapsody. So I think the hero can do well. I don't know if we're going to see it in a support role now. Torture has picked up though.
Yeah,
so.
That's what I was going to say. I mean, he definitely has the ability to play like a short lane carry if you see it that way. So.
And I think the Last of Us are doing the right thing. It looks like they're going quite early game aggression because they don't want to be destroyed in the first 15 minutes. So more aggression, more sort of rotations other than sort of late game like Puppet Master and War Beast. It looks like what Last of Us are going to be doing to try and see or at least hang on for longer than 15 minutes.
I apologize, guys. The graphic I have up is actually wrong. I put the 1-0 for The Last of Us right there. No, it's 1-0 CiC Esports. Let me update that real quickly. I'm sure that's going to be brought up. I just kind of realized that myself. There we go. That's correct. So, just to clarify, this is actually 1-0 CiC. All right, so yeah, the early aggression here from CiC Esports that they're starting off with. Definitely have the makings of that. Now into the bans here. Ophelia into Bubble so far. Going to be coming out from these two teams. Again, as far as this match is concerned, it's, whenever this one finishes, happens to be a 2-game series or even 3-game series. We got another match that's going to be following. It's set for 3 p.m. Eastern, 2100 Central European time, as usual. It'll be CiC, the same CiC team versus Reason Gaming, actually. Going to see them again. It's been a while. Again, they finished 4th place last cycle behind Rexars, actually. Rexars had that great finish for themselves. Unfortunately disbanding, though. After that, so sad to see.
Yeah.
But
one thing that sort of surprised me is that Insania wasn't actually on the original Rexars, so
no.
I don't know why they. That's why to me it doesn't make the strongest of sense. Like, because obviously if it was like an original member, then it might have caused internal issues. But Insania was the newest member, and the Rexars were the original 4 before Insania even joined. So
yeah, that's why I was confident that they were still going to stick around.
Yeah, so was I, but.
We don't know the full story. I mean, never will. So unfortunate, but
we need like an investigative journalist to find out.
Yeah, right. Fantasy kind of does that. Well, Fantasy is back a little bit recently. He's actually he left for a while there, but he's back writing some articles once again. So
we need to send him undercover to find out what's secretly happening.
For their Skype conversations.
Anyway. The draft coming out from Hellborn looks slightly different, with a lot more AoE synergy in team fights, whereas previously it looked a bit more pushing and sort of laning scenarios with Ophelia. Magnus, I know Mickey loves that hero, and he plays it like almost perfectly. I really liken him to like back in B-Kid's day when B-Kid was on his Swagness, and Mickey seems to sort of taken that role, to be honest, in my opinion.
He's taken a couple roles, man. The new Hooker and the new Swagmas. I mean,
that kid is just insane, though. Like, seriously, like, he's on speed or drugs or something, like, to performance.
Or he's just high on life, man.
Maybe that could be it. I need to get some of
The
that.
dude's just young. It's a carefree attitude. I'm telling you. Obviously,
It's
you know,
true.
there's
It's
the
true.
skills involved too. There's the reactions and
Oh,
everything, but just a carefree attitude. He just has fun and doesn't really care about
yeah.
it. Whatever.
It's true though. Like, I think when you're that young, you have that like confidence and that almost kind of egotistical manner about yourself that makes you play that you can't lose or you can't fail, and that just makes you almost play better in a sense. Like you have that confidence that you just don't lose. But yeah, I think that's good to have though as a player, like because confidence is a real issue though, particularly in any sport, but as well as Hon as well.
Yeah.
Landing those spells can be the difference and stuff. So. Oh wow!
They're going.
Okay. AoE, yeah.
BMG ran this against them in that epic match that we had, the 90-minute match. That was a short lane pearl that we saw in that game. I kind of wonder if they're going to kind of go something similar here. As far as
I don't know. I'm looking forward to it though. Like, I think there's a few heroes, and I think Pearl, like, there's a few heroes that I think could be definitely on the competitive scene. I remember when like Pearl was first released to tournament mode, and Stay Green were moaning and ranting about how good this hero is and how it needs to be nerfed. And then when it came out, no one was picking it. So I don't know. I'm looking forward to it. I don't think we've seen it that often. Like you said, you saw it in the 90-minute game.
That's the one match that I remember.
Yeah,
it's like go figure in that epic game, but. Outside of that, yeah, we've never seen this hero. I mean, she's never made really any of a bit of an impact that's worth remembering at least. And but CiC's gonna play. I mean, her skill set is solid. She has a purge. Yeah. Her ultimate's obviously very good for counter initiation, if not even. And I mean, what we saw in that game, in the BMG Sync game, was Fuzi was actually playing it. Built that portal key and a tablet and a shrunken. I mean, he was basically playing an initiator with that ultimate and the whirl bubble and whatnot. So. Show that can be that can happen, and then soothing presence. That aura is also not just bad to have, constantly going for you.
I think the asphyxiate, her first spell Q, is one of the strongest thing about it is the 2-second like taking off buffs and stuff. I think it's a real issue. And Legionnaire, okay, interesting. I know what you got is like a strong Legionnaire player. I know he plays it a lot, and one of his preferred heroes alongside Warbeast, so hopefully it'll have some impact in this game. Should be interesting to see.
It should be, yeah. Legionnaire definitely a fun jungler, a different kind of jungler to watch, and we'll see obviously what you got. I'm sure is going to end up playing it, just a matter of what kind of an impact he's able to have here. Yeah, and the range presence too on this Legion team, they got a good amount of range damage coming out, and obviously that's where the Perseverance is also good for Pearl, so, or Preservation, Preservation. Anyways, her ultimate. Dr. Repulsor, final pick. So CiC, you know, again, kind of playing it safe here in that sense. But Zlap's going to be playing the Pearl here, so it's going to be more of a secondary support. It looks like.
Yeah, it's probably most likely going to be a short lane Doctor and Pearl, and I think that's probably the best place to put her because we talked about Pyromance's quite a level dependent hero, but so is Pearl actually. She needs those early levels and enough XP to really make it an impact hero because, like, compare her to like a Glacius at level 1 or level 2. Glacius can still be quite impactful with her with his freeze, but the bubble or the asphyxiate like obviously levels up in damage, and she needs those early levels. So putting her in the short lane will make her be able to gain those early levels through pulling and things like that. So I think that's where we're going to see her.
All right, so you see Magnus right off the bat going towards that bottom lane here. Yeah, they're going to go aggressive. Yep.
I mean, I guess they could run even an aggressive dual lane, seeing as Legionnaire isn't the strongest of heroes. But again, they might be going toward maybe just to ward up Legionnaire's jungle and then rotate back for the two dual lanes. I don't know. I think they could potentially go aggressive tri lane if they feel they need to sort of shut down this Legionnaire. Oh, they're going level 1. They're going level 1 Kongor.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Legion level 1 Kongor.
No.
This
is unheard of.
Is this a thing? Is this
That's
gonna work?
Ballsy. That's so. I think they need to get closer because if this works.
Oh my gosh. It's gonna work. The Hellborn team has no clue. They have no reason to check. No one checks Kongor on the Hellborn side.
No, don't die. This is insane.
The Last of Us. Hey, they're having fun with this / hey, doing something different. And
I think CiC is gonna spot them when they rotate back. Doc's going. Oh my god.
Oh, this is gonna hurt. This is gonna hurt.
Oh, like getting close.
No! Oh boy, here we go.
I think I think they can finish Kongor though.
Yeah.
Because Casey's on top of Kraken.
This is so awkward though, because it's like you're out of regen now. You don't have the best level 1 out. It's Magnum. It's a big 4-man stun, and then this is gonna be horrendous now for the Hellborn team. You know it's a huge risk to a level 1 Kongor, and that's why. Now at least he gets killed by Kongor, but it just continues. Torture is now in a lot of trouble. He's gonna get kexed down. He will fall as well, and they may actually be able to steal Kongor now. It's so low to the point of they're gonna try to finish it.
And this is the issue with Legion or Legion going Kongor, especially with Hon having the Kongor pit a little bit more open compared to Dotto. Dotto is a lot more sort of enclosed and stuff. So seeing that happen, oh man! But I mean, I gotta give it to the Last of Us. I think it's pretty ballsy play, but I think it's something they need to do though. Like I mean, we saw in game 1 that they kind of got. You know, a bit destroyed just simply, and I think they needed to do something, you know, something different, something out there. So I like to see it, even though they probably have lost the game just from from losing Kongor in the end. But I think it's worth it though.
I'm also curious. I mean, this is very, very minor here, but isn't Fervor actually would have been better in this case for Pyromancer to get at level 1 if you're gonna do a level 1 Kongor? I mean, I don't know if the stun made the most. It's probably not the biggest deal. But
it's close to the same. And Kongor was quite low health, and I'm about 85% sure Fervor does stack onto Kongor.
It does. It's obviously a limit, but
yeah, I'm pretty sure. Like, and I would assume that specking Fervor would be quicker and killing Kongor, but in the end they did get spotted out. And
what's done is done, obviously. So,
but I mean, honestly, I think that was the right decision. Although it didn't work, like I remember when Swindlemelon said, I can't remember like when he said it, but it was a while ago. He said you should really judge the action before the result, because like if if like the gank fails and everyone's going to say, "Oh, that was a bad gank," or he shouldn't have done that. But I think you need to call the action before it happens, because otherwise, the action or the consequence isn't the reason why it's good or bad. It's like the action itself. So. I definitely think they should have done it. Like simply, I think they just got maybe a little bit unlucky. But I think that's something crazy and unique is the kind of strats I like to see, and I think it worked out. Obviously, it didn't work out. But it's something they could have done it.
I don't know if we've ever seen a level 1 Kongor attempt from the Legion team.
Exactly.
So I mean, that in itself is like there's something different, but it's just gonna get kind of a train effect here now, because obviously, not only do they not get it, but they got it low enough. CiC was able to get it themselves. That gave them a huge level advantage right off the bat. You have a Doctor Pulse that has a token of life here in the middle lane. Obviously, they just kill Legionnaire right there. And Wretched Hag, still level 1, might be in a lot of trouble, actually. They could possibly even die for her if she gets even slightly out of position. So, you're already in such a tight spot if you're the Last of Us. It's like, what do you do with this now, as far as the start goes? You kind of have to hope that CiC Esports plays a little too overzealous, dives towers, ends up getting counter kill because of it, and that kind of backfires. But just a straight up playing your own game here from this point on is not going to be the best result in the end. That's actually Kraken might be in trouble though. Farrell's chasing him down. No, Kraken's going to live.
Yeah, I mean, it's not unheard of that team go level 1 Kongor and still lose. I can't remember exactly who it was. It might have even been Stay Green going for a level 1 Kongor. They ended up getting it, but BMG was the team that pulled it back. I think that BMG had the Moon Queen factor, and they ended up pulling a window. But... Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what happened. Like, Stay Green were ahead, like almost the whole entire game, but they foolishly took a 4-man push, expecting BMG not to be all 5 there. BMG went all 5-man in and wiped the team fight, got back into it, ended up winning against Stay Green, who did get a level 1 Kongor in the end. And so it's definitely possible, but I think it goes down to CiC misplaying or CiC being the reason why the Last of Us can get back in this game.
Yeah.
They have to CiC have to misplay if the Last of Us are going to get back into this game.
Oh yeah, no. They have to die. I mean, they kind of did at the bottom lane. Mickey did get turn killed right before they killed Wretched Hag, so it's a couple more times of that / not die. Then maybe
it's
you're
definitely
on the right
possible.
track. It's possible.
Yeah,
but...
you should never underestimate the other team's potential to throw. That's another Swindlemelon's quote actually he always used to rant on about. But it's definitely true. I mean, I've had it with my team where, like, oh yeah, you're so far up, like you can, you know, relax a little bit, you know, maybe even like a little bit troll. Like, you shouldn't do it, but you know, like, it happens. Enough said. Like, and with a few misplays or a few throws, the Last of Us can definitely get back into this game.
You see Slapped right here. He's in the middle. Now they know he's here, but they don't know exactly where. They're going to run into him right here. Slapped actually takes the tower aggro. He uses the War of Bubble, says get off me, and that'll be enough. So not too much danger in the end. And this is allowing Dr. Pulsar to easily have free reign. Oh, yeah, bottom lane. Yeah, Engineer. They want to dive this. Kraken, top one. Okay, well, there you go. That's what we're talking about. Diving towers and getting counter-killed. So he's able to do that right there. Is this bottom lane going to work? Look at that. Magma's going, and he actually channeled the eruption and then canceled it. So that's on cooldown now. Wretched Ag doesn't have a blink up, though. And a Sonar Scream, please. Oh, come on. At least Sonar Scream there.
I think he would have died as well.
Yeah, it's a level 2 Sonar Scream. He would have died.
Definitely would have died. Oh, well. But I would have maybe even liked to have seen him actually not blink into the trees, because when he blinks into the trees, like, oh, middle lane.
Yeah, this is interesting. Actually, Dr. Pulsar, he's going to end up dying, but he has that token, remember. Now, at least the new kill Pearl, but oh, the counter kill on a Torture. So here comes Dr. Pulsar, level 6, good to go. And this is dangerous. Yeah, Pharaoh's in a lot of trouble now. Port is coming in. Will this matter, though? Wretched Ag, it's only Hag. She does not have any stuns or anything else, so Dr. Pulsar easily picks up the kill. And actually, Wretched Hag now needs to be careful. His Engineer is now nearby, so jeez, though. Again, you can tell CiC's played a little more upbeat here.
Definitely.
As far as the start that they have had. So again, that's where the potential lies for The Last of Us, but it's still been not enough yet for them to have an impact. It's just not going to. It's mid wars here.
Yeah, it's going to be mid wars, but I mean, it's only like 4.8k gold behind. I mean, it's quite a big deficit. Actually, Engineer might be in trouble. No, it should be fine. But yeah, like the deficit is quite big because it's this early on. But like, I mean, if this lead sort of stays to where it is, like when it goes into the middle late game, it's not the biggest of issues really. Oh, Magnus might be in trouble.
Yeah, he's okay. Gets a stun. Tormented soul. Oh, he has ultimate. 2 seconds. 1 second. Okay, he's not going to use it though.
Middle lane.
Middle lane. Here we go. The level 4 supports right here. They're coming in. In the meantime, though, they're actually Dr. Pulsar, Kraken are collapsing in the Legion. They get the kill on him. And they also end up picking off Wretched Ag. But now Engineer, he's in a little bit of trouble. In comes the Asphyxiate on a Pyromancer, slowing him down at least. Engineer somehow still alive. No, not for long, though. Torment, or the Impalement even coming out from Torture. Just too much there on his part. So a lot more fighting and exchanging going on, but it's continuing to grow here for CiC Esports overall. 11-4 hero kill lead. It's 5,000 gold lead now, and a 3,700 experience lead here in their favor. So I mean, you look at this Legion side, any kind of positive, it's not a whole lot. And you try to be optimistic here as much as possible, man. But when every single player is lower GPM than everyone on the other side, it's usually not a good thing.
Well, bottom lane, there might be in trouble. No, that'll be Diglett in the middle lane instead. Man, it's action going left, right, and center. You can't say anything without someone dying.
It's CiC came to play today, man. They really did, and they're definitely on the ball here today. So I mean, you can't underrate that. I mean, no doubt they're playing their game. They're playing it very well, and
The Last of Us are playing with 3 ringers, I think. Because Meisty, Banger,
what you got at Diglett are the other two that I think Drenz is technically part of the roster as well. But as far as Swift Flame and Fish Sandwich, I have no clue.
I don't know. Oh, Polo and Engineer might be quiet actually.
Or will they catch them? Legionnaire goes in. Okay, he's going to barely be alive right here, and Engineer will end up falling. But Magnus, yeah, easy stun, easy kill. However, now Magnus might be in trouble as Pearl in the meantime. She's going to try to get killed by New. It's not going to happen, though. Magnus, he has a stun gun for 3 seconds. Here comes Kraken, though. He gets a chain reaction stun, though. Magnus may fall in first. No, he will not. He ends up staying alive. Gets the stun off, and Kraken finishes the job right there. Now Pharaoh's trying to escape, but Dr. Pulsar comes out from the side. And he's also going to be picked up. So, yep, 2-0 victory is on the horizon here for CiC Esports.
Most likely. But yeah, what else to say really, I guess. But
not a whole lot. Not a whole lot to say. I mean, how about the World Cup? We could talk about that again.
Oh, don't talk to me about that. England we're knocked out. Like, do you know like the history of like England have always qualified out of the group stage in the World Cup for 55 years.
Well, not
55
this year.
years.
Technically, there's still a chance, I believe.
No, that's because Italy lost to Costa Rica.
Oh,
so
okay. So now it doesn't even matter. Yeah. Yeah. Well, this has been an odd World Cup, man.
Yeah,
it has been.
Spain and England at the World Cup. When's the USA game? Is that Monday or
it's tomorrow.
Is that tomorrow? Yeah, tomorrow. Against, but that'd be a big game, actually.
That's USA
if you can beat Portugal, that you could definitely be contenders for second seed coming out of your group, actually.
Oh yeah.
Perez dead.
Yes, he is. That's easy kill on a Pharaoh. Good roam right there. Are there any heroes that you think could be good heroes off the top of your head that we just don't see right now?
One hero, like, obviously can't be played fair, but Moria and Philippin. I'm in love with those heroes.
Who?
Especially Moria and
okay.
Philippin. Moria is
the elephant,
on it.
yeah.
Elephant and Moria.
So two heroes we can't actually play yet.
Yeah, the only heroes you got like. What heroes was I thinking? Of picking out.
I agree with Moria, by the way. I mean, Moria's. I love playing her too. Like, I consider myself more of a support player, and
yeah. I've been spamming her on support, right? And actually, like, really interesting thing to note. I think she could, like, I don't know how it'd work actually in competitive mode, but her E-spell, the Ephemeral Forge, I think it's called. Yeah. If you buy bones, you can get double charges.
Okay, yeah. That's a known. It's a known issue. Is
that being nerfed? Oh,
it's not. It hasn't. I don't know if it's actually been changed yet, but it is going to be changed, from my understanding. I mean, that's obviously unintended. I mean.
I've been spamming that all the time.
I know, and there's been complaints about it.
So. Like you play play support and you end up with like 400 GPM. It's so much fun. Like.
It's a little OP.
The ulti is really good though, not because of like what it does, but because of his counter initiation potential. Like I think Moria could be like a real strong counter against like the heroes like Magnus or like heroes that have AoE. Like when you're going against a hero. That has strong AoE, because her ulti obviously negates all damage when everyone's in that ultimate. Yeah. So say if like Magnus jumps in and like you put on the F or Arcane Vortex, then all your allies won't be damaged by Magnus ulti. It's a really strong counter initiation tool, which in a sense you could even potentially run her in like a pushing lineup, in the sense that your team doesn't need to have initiation. You just wait for the enemy team to initiate on you, and then you counter initiate with the spells you have. So. I think it's definitely a possibility. What other heroes was pretty decent? Berserker, I've seen that hero.
We know about that guy. We know about that. Speaking of The Last of Us, they were the ones that ran him that last cycle. And did very well with him. So what was that one case? Hellbringer's another one for me that kind of stood out as.
He's a really strong laner, but I think. The issue with him, like his ultimate's good as well, but the ultimate cooldown is quite long, and I know a lot of teams can sort of play around that long cooldown. Yeah. But one hero, I mean, we see it now and again, but I think Pandemonium is really, really strong, particularly after Pestilence got his nerf. Like he's one of the only heroes left that has like physical damage as well as a negative armor. Potential buff. Like he is quite countered easily with like say tablets or like superior ultimates, because that makes his ultimate completely useless pretty much. But we have seen. I know CiC actually likes to play him as the 1 row actually, but I was thinking more as like a 2 row, as like a mid initiation, because he almost works as similar to like a rally in the laning phase, or a Magnus in the laning phase, because you can flick and then cannonball. And with like a jungler on your own team, you can reset ganks quite easily actually with that hero.
Yeah, that'd be interesting to see, definitely. That was kind of fun right there. Magnus, he was seen by the bound eye, and they were patient, and they waited, but everyone was there, they collapsed on him, but he was still able to stun out and to get his team to respond in, and now this is that end result of that. So obviously, we're doing a lot of side topics here, but for a good reason. It's just this has been a game, well, let's be honestly, since Kongor got stolen. It's to come back from that. I mean, yeah, we're trying to hype it up and be ambitious about it possibly happening, but They were going to need a lot of mistakes to be made by CiC, and the way they're playing today, and obviously what we've seen here, that they're just not making nearly enough for that to be the case. So it is going to end up being a 2-0 series victory for CiC Esports, and that means that they're going to start off strong, just like BMG did. Start up on top. There's Engineer. He's going to fall.
Oh, Paddy's going to do it.
No, he really
So
was.
close.
But again, that means they're going to go into their next match, though. It's a bit of momentum here. But Reason Gaming, I expect a good fight from them. I will say that much.
I haven't really seen much of Reason, actually. I don't know how much they've been sort of screwing or either way, but I think they're a really strong team, actually. I really rate ProBusk, actually, as like a mid-initiator. I know sometimes he gets like some slack for different things, but I think he's a really, really strong player, and I think he fits Reason sort of lineup and team quite well, actually, because I know Reason do like to run a lot of sort of dual supports, which offer ProBusk his farm, and when he gets farm, he can be an absolute domination, really, like take over games 5v1 almost.
It's kind of interesting with Reason. Speaking of those stats that we have from Quincy, the stat that I was bringing up earlier about diversity and whatnot. Again, The Last of Us, they have 2 of the top 5 with Diglett and what you got. As far as playing a lot of heroes, now Reason Gaming, Imba Boy was actually 2nd on that list. We're talking about a carry player, averaging like 480 gold per minute between all the heroes that he played, and he played the 2nd most as far as diversity goes.
That's quite interesting. Like, I thought the most amount of diversity would probably come from like a support or even like a mid or something. But carry, no, I didn't think carry would be. That's quite interesting, actually. I would not expect that.
So that was something to kind of look forward to. And he's known for playing different ones.
Sorry, Bramble is a hero that I think is really, really good. Yeah, like I was casting with Beef. I can't remember, it might have been a couple of weeks ago, and it's actually The Last of Us ran Bramble, and it like dominated, like crushed. Honestly, like they run it as like a mid-initiator, and it like absolutely owned. Like it's so hard to take him down. Like, and the ult is really impactful. Like, he doesn't have like the burst sort of jump potential as like other heroes like Pebbles or Magnus in the same role, but I think it's a really strong like mid-initiator.
I said it before, that whenever we happen to see that hero really picked up, it seems like he always does good, like really good. And with heroes we don't often see, that's a rare aspect a lot of the time. So him and like Jeremiah maybe. Jeremiah's another one of those. It's like, we picked up, they'll do really good with them, and then we don't see him again.
Also, with Lodestone, like, what happened to Lodestone? I know he received like a few nerfs, like one of them. I think the hero is still really, really strong. Lodestone, like, what happened to him?
A lot of heroes, man.
Yeah, no, like, I'm going through them now, and there's like a lot of heroes that are still awesome, but
yeah. I think Lodestone, I don't know why Lodestone really like dropped off. I mean, I guess maybe more the, I don't know. I was gonna say maybe the tanky suicides kind of dropped off in general, but not really. I mean,
but he can lane quite effectively though, and he's good at like a good initiator. Like we see Kraken like picked up for his initiation purposes, as well as his ulti, providing a good team lockdown. But like his Shatterstorm can be a real like force in the team fights. But the one thing I think Lodestone's really strong is his ulti. It scales late game, which a lot of sort of Suicide's ultimates don't really scale into the late game, but his 100% magical and armor pierce is a big deal in the late game. Like with hero carries like stacking up like 40 armor, like to go through that completely is a big deal in the late game. I think the hero's definitely got definitely still potential. We don't really see him picked up.
Yeah, you're right. It's maybe just in case people like you got your like Drunken and Kraken.
Yeah,
you play that role instead and
standard builds.
Better options, but.
I think also like with when you get into the sort of cycle of playing the same heroes over and over again, it's like you don't have that individual skill on the other heroes because you don't play them as much in a sense. So like you get Drunken and Kraken and like other heroes like that always played it, and all the other teams know how to play it like perfectly. So they always pick them up because of that. And it's kind of a cycle that goes over and over again in that sort of sense.
They are padding these stats, man, hardcore. I have a feeling CiC players are going to be on top of the charts early on this cycle here.
Most probably. Although BFG would like that in the other game as well.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, 51 hero kills, man, 18 and a half minutes. So. This is kind of just, we're still in this game.
Oh yeah, it's like 18 minutes. What's going on? Like,
could concede. I mean, they voted a couple times, but they're kind of just trolling at this point. So they're just simply having fun with it. But obviously, it's going to easily be a victory for CiC in the end. when it's all said and done here. But
when's the Reason game, by the way?
so I was just going to bring that up. I mean, so that match is scheduled to happen about an hour and a half from now, and I'm pretty sure it's going to stick to that. I don't think there's going to be a chance of changing that. So if that is the case, we'll most likely just honestly turn off the stream until that
cool.
that match happens, because there's no point.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that game. That should be closer. To say the least.
Yeah, no, I'm 100% on board with you. Yeah, again, The Last of Us, even. I honestly, just because of like this reason, like individually skillful, they got some great players, sure, and they're America after all, the USA. Like, I would love for them to do very well, but I just think issues may come up throughout the cycle, and they might not be able to do the best. So, but we will see. It is going to be again a good season here as far as the next 4 weeks, and we were surprised last season.
That's true, with Rexars, etc., etc.
Yeah.
I got a message from one of the Rexars saying that they couldn't find another player, and that's why they sort of expanded in the end. They couldn't find like a sufficient enough sort of captain or an extra player to replace Sanya after he left, so they just ended up expanding because they couldn't find anyone else.
Yeah, I mean,
it's a bit of a shame.
But like comfortably, I guess it would be a good way to look at that. Like obviously, yeah, I'm sure they could have found a player, but I don't know. That's just one of those situations. Yeah, it's completely up to them. If they didn't feel like committing the time into it in the end and could have found a bit that wanted to, then so be it. But
I mean, like, it's always potential, but like, there's obviously they can join other teams as well. There's quite a lot of few free agents actually that have a potential. Oh,
support. Just
support. He just picked up. Like, I think that guy is really, really strong support player actually.
Yeah.
I learned a lot from him actually. Like, I used to just watch his replays over and over again, particularly like his pulling. Like, almost changed some of like the meta game and sort of changed the way supports play pretty much because of him. So, very, very strong support player.
Well, if this honestly doesn't end in the next couple minutes here, I'm probably just gonna
sort of.
Because it's like, again, we're literally just watching them dive the well. And this is just your TMF troll game now. It's not even a competitive match anymore.
Very much.
So yeah, in fact, let's just go ahead. I'm just gonna go ahead and call it here. This again. Maybe after this one last fight, let's see. Are they gonna jump in actually? No, he gets counter stunned and then he gets obliterated. All right, we're gonna go ahead. And Casey gets an immortal. Yeah.
Perfect time to end.
Perfect time to end. There you go. All right. So. Yeah, a little bit anticlimactic in there, definitely, but hey, what's done is done. That means, though, CiC Esports, they do take the series 2-0, and they're going to be moving on as far as being on top here early on in the season. But again, it's a lot of matches to be played, 10 matches in total, like we keep going back to. This just puts them at top and with BMG for right now, but who knows what's going to happen. Like I said, Last of Us is more so the intriguing team to me as far as they're going to even stick around. I mean, sure to stick around, but how they could ultimately be able to perform throughout. But on a good note, though, again, we're going to be a little bit of a longer break here, but our next match, CiC Esports versus Reason Gaming, is going to be coming up, and that definitely should be a pretty solid series there.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it.
That we get a cover. So that's, again, set to start about an hour and a half from now. That's at 3 p.m. Eastern, 2100 Central European Time is what we're looking at for that match. So with that said, like I said, like we were talking about kind of there, it's no point to really keep the stream on for that long. Might as well just turn it off for now. Go ahead and take your breaks, guys. Get dinner break, lunch break, wherever you may be. Do something else for the time being, but definitely look forward to joining us, guys. Reason Gaming versus CiC Esports. That should be a really good best of the 3 there. And again, about an hour and a half.